Prince Harry and Meghan vicious, cruel and self-serving did great damage to Queen and royal family. Speaking at the Buxton International Festival in Derbyshire this week, the veteran broadcaster, 76, said, as reported, "I think that the interview was a very great shame. I think it did great damage of a kind that was undeserved to the royal household and specifically to the Queen and her family." The bombshell broadcast saw Harry say there was a lot of hurt between him and his father and that Charles had stopped taking his calls. He also alleged he was cut off financially after Megxit. Dimbleby, whose father Richard was the first journalist to do a televised interview with the royal in a 1961 Panorama program with Prince Philip, claimed it was wrong to speak about the matters publicly. He said, "Harry's remarks about his father, I simply fail to understand. I think there are certain things you should say and do in private. I believe a lot of the insinuations he made were not consistent with fact." He went on to describe the interview, in which Meghan and Harry also accused the royals of racism and ignoring the suicidal Duchess' cries for help, as vicious, cruel and horribly self-serving. And he claimed Harry is being led by the nose a bit by his wife. Dimbleby added that he was very disappointed by the Duke of Sussex's behavior, especially after meeting him when he was young. At that stage he was a charming, very nice man who had served very well in the armed forces, he said. The presenter and author interviewed Charles on TV in 1994 and wrote Prince of Wales, a biography in the same year. During the televised chat, Charles admitted his affair with Camilla while still married to Princess Diana. The landmark interview sent ripples through the royal family, with fears Charles' admission could cost him the throne. Philip was said to be particularly outraged with his son. Royal author Penny Junor wrote in her book, The Firm, The Troubled Life of the House of Windsor, the Duke of Edinburgh was incensed, the rest of the family flabbergasted, the Queen's advisors and courtiers stunned, the Prince's friends appalled. Harry has followed in his father's footsteps with his Oprah interview, mental health documentary and celebrity podcast interview. And his latest announcement, that he has been secretly writing a memoir, is threatening to widen the family rift and put the royal celebration in turmoil. Harry has vowed to examine the highs and lows of his extraordinary life in his autobiography, out during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee next year. The palace has allegedly been warned they should be afraid of what's to come from it. The Duke is working with Pulitzer Prize winner J.R. Moringa, who has written memoirs for tennis legend Andre Agassi and Nike co-founder Phil Knight. He signed with publisher Penguin Random House and will be donating any fee to charity after making tens of millions of dollars with Netflix and Spotify. The currently untitled book is set for release in 2022, as Her Majesty celebrates 70 years of service. News of Prince Harry's tell-all memoirs are creating panic among the royal family as Meghan's husband dubbed the book wholly truthful. A source told his announcement last night triggered a tsunami of fear with Buckingham Palace terrified of more explosive claims about Harry and Meghan's treatment. The memoir will detail his life as a member of the royal family, his relationship with wife Meghan Markle, Megxit and raising his children. In a statement, the Duke, 36, said, "I'm writing this not as the prince I was born but as the man I have become. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope that in telling my story, the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to share what I've learned over the course of my life so far and excited for people to read a first-hand account of my life that's accurate and wholly truthful. And account of